Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Miguel. Now that Fable 5 is back, I'm going to show you how you can make the most out of it. Let me break it down for you. Right now, there's two key things to understand with the return of the king of Fable 5. First is that our allowance for tokens for Fable 5 is actually half of what it used to be. We can only spend 50% of our weekly plans on Fable 5. And also remember that Fable 5 already consumes twice as many tokens than Opus 4.8. So that means that our usage is extremely limited. Second, they actually increased the guardrails on this model. What does that mean? Fable 5 will now have the tendency to just offload any task that you give it to lower models, such as Opus 4.8, Sonnet 5, and many others. So the goal here is to make sure that you don't hit your rate limits, and second of all, it's also to make sure that you actually direct Fable 5 to the good tasks. Now, Fable 5 is amazing when it comes to taste and architecture. That means that for every single task that we're going to ask it, we need to make sure that it actually does the task and it doesn't send it to another model. How do we do that? Well, it's going to be very simple. We're going to create a list of tasks. So, for example, it can be revising a plan, creating an UI, and we're actually going to explain to Fable 5 how it needs to route that request. That means that we are going to give it a selection of things that we're going to do, and we're going to explain to it all of the models that it has available to it and how to select them. And how do we do that? It's very simple. We're going to do it with the CLAUDE.md. Now, CLAUDE.md, for the people who work with Cowork or Claude Code, is the file that allows you to personalize the way that your Claude behaves. So if we use that Claude.md and we tell it, okay, for Fable 5, I want you to use it for this type of tasks. And then for coding tasks, I want to use Opus 4.8, for example. That's something that's going to live inside of that Claude.md. Now that means that Fable 5 is going to work as the orchestrator. We're going to use Fable 5 as our main model, and we're also going to be setting the effort to at most high. So the effort of the model refers to how long it's going to spend thinking. And because Fable 5 tokens are so precious to us, we don't want it to do a lot of thinking. We want to limit that capacity to make sure that we use as many tokens as we can for the relevant things. Now, once we set up that CLAUDE.md orchestration, which I'm going to leave in the description down below, we're going to give it access to other models such as Sonnet, Opus, and even Gemini, if you ever want to give it an API key. And we're going to be putting all of the token hungry tasks, such as computer use, reading images, etc., inside of those models. So those models will do all of the work, and Fable 5 is going to be the one that's going to actually do the reasoning. It's also going to be doing some coding, of course, or some other tasks, but it's key to know that probably between 50 to 60% of the things that you're going to be doing, they're not going to be done by Fable 5. They're going to be orchestrated by Fable 5. Now, there's a second thing that is going to be extremely useful for you, which is going to be orchestrating codex directly from Fable 5. Codex is a model that's extremely powerful. And for this, I mean the GPT 5.5 version of the model. It's something that's extremely powerful for coding. And there's actually a plugin right here that I will share with you that actually gives your Claude Code access to Codex. So if you have both subscriptions, and even a $100 subscription of Codex is more than enough for a lot of use cases, you can combine both. Fable 5 is absolutely amazing at UI. It's fantastic at UX. Codex is incredible at backend. So if we combine both, we get the best of both worlds. We get extremely nice UI with the capacity of Codex in the backend. So we really combine these two worlds before the release of GPT 5.6. Now, I'm going to be giving you a CLAUDE.md that you can just simply plug and play, and you can start replacing the sections that don't really work for you. All of this that I found has been through researching X right now, because people really want to make as much as they can with this incredible model that was given back to us. Now, I'm going to be showing you over the next days how you can make the most out of it for some other use case. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I see you in the next one. Bye.